Somewhere in between is this place where we take care of our material needs, where we work and we create and we take care of the basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter, but in a way of honoring the earth, of consciousness, and of loving. That's the world we're bringing together. We're pulling the material and the spiritual together because they're at opposite ends of the spectrum. There are a lot of people bridging that gap. There are a lot of people in the middle, but there are still a lot of people on either end of the spectrum. These are the people that we'd like to help find their way to the middle. We want to take the people that are really spiritual and bring them a little more into this place where they're able to function at a high level in the material world and create things that need to be created. We want to take the material people and help move them towards their spirituality so that what they are creating in the material world, they're creating with more consciousness of the impact on the whole. We want to see people coming together, growing, whether they need to grow spiritually or whether they need to grow into the material world. We want to see them coming together, teaching each other, helping each other to grow towards the middle, and then in that middle ground, in that place in the middle of the bridge, they say, hey, you have this part of the puzzle, I have that part of the puzzle. Together, we have the whole picture of what we need to do. So, if you're one of these people on either end, why should you move towards the middle? What's in it for you? What do you get out of it? Well, the most important thing that you get out of it is a life of balance. A life of balance is a place where everything works so much better. And if you think about our main myths and stories, on the material end, we have the story of King Midas and the golden touch, and everything he touched turned to gold, and he died of starvation. We know that money can't buy you love, and that materialism alone is an empty place. On the other end, you have someone whose focus on spirituality has them struggling to meet their basic material needs. So it's about balance. Who's the happiest person in the world? The happiest person in the world is a person who lives in a place where they have inner peace, they have a sense of purpose, and they wake up every morning fulfilled because they're expressing who they are. And they have the resources they need that allows that expression to flow. It's one thing to meditate on feeding the hungry and to believe in a world where everyone has enough. That's half of the equation. The other half is knowing how to create or access the resources that actually allows you to feed people. So balance is the key. On the materialistic side, you have people who perhaps have gone so far to the materialistic end that there's an emptiness inside. They haven't given enough time to their inner space, their inner being. On the other side, you have the spiritual people who are very, very spiritual, and they haven't given enough effort and time to the material world, so they're not able to creatively express because they don't have the resources. They don't know how to find and manage those resources to allow their inner creativity to flow out. Together, the material people find their creativity, and they find it with the help of the spiritual people, or maybe they just find it within themselves. The spiritual people will learn the laws of materiality. And if you can imagine living in a world, if your world was a world where you and everyone you knew could express who they are in a way that brings good to the world, that brings personal fulfillment, and that promotes peace and sustainability for everyone, and the resources they needed to do this was available because they understand how things work in the material world. That's what's in it for you. Everything you ever wanted, that's what's in it for you. Everything you ever dreamed of, it's all there in the middle.